So hey family, I'm back with another video. So in today's video, I want to talk about letting people go, okay? And letting people go, especially when you care about them, when you love them, when you whatever. Of course, if you build a relationship with someone, you don't want to let them go, but that is the smartest thing that you can ever do, not just for them, but mostly for yourself. If someone is willing and ready to walk out of your life, holding on to them, begging them, trying to get to them to understand and see who you are as a person, it's pointless. Okay, of course you want to not just be like, oh well, if you want to go back, no, I'm not talking about that. In some cases you just have to be like, okay, bye. You have to understand that no matter who comes and go in your life, you're going to be okay. It's not going to stop who you are going to become. It's not going to stop who God is preparing you to be. And in fact, allowing certain people to go out of your life, especially if they had um, a negative influence on your life, maybe it's best to let them go because you're hindering and you're holding yourself back from where God is trying to take you. God is telling you, I can't take you anywhere when you keep holding on to negative people. So you notice how once you let go of certain people in your life become better. You're stressed less. You're not, constantly worried about what someone else doing and how they're doing it. And you know what I mean? It gives you a sense of peace. And that is how you know when it was in your best interest to let certain people go. Not everybody. I'm just addressing the people that have a negative aspect on your life and you not willing to let them go because of fear of unknown, a fear of being by yourself, not having any friends, or a fear of just like isolation. Who wants to be alone? No one wants to be alone. That's not the case at all, but you have to get to a point to say to yourself and really stand on business. You would rather be alone than deal with toxicity any longer. And once you get to that point, when you realize a person is negative, whether it's a relationship, a so called friend, or whatever, when you realize that when you do something good or when you have a good moment in your life, you celebrate something, you see how they don't cheer for you, or when, but you're always cheering for them, you're always Johnny on the spot whenever they need something, or whenever they do something good, you're always there for them. Or when you are, anything, like anytime someone celebrates you, give you a compliment, or you do something good for yourself, they just sit back and they don't say anything, and they don't give you congratulations, I'm proud of you, or anything. But they always want to be around you, they always want to know what you have going on, or whatever the case may be. These who these people are, and it could be a family member, it could be a friendship, it could be someone you're actually in a relationship with. But you have to get to the point where you have to let these people go, and it's going to be uncomfortable, it's not going to feel good, and sometimes you're going to regret letting them go. Like, you're going to go through all the stages of moving on in life with any relationship, but you have to do it in order to be the best you know Stop depending on people, depend on God. Stop relying on people and go pray. Stop gossiping and telling people every little problem you have, and go in your prayer closet. If you don't have a prayer closet, I don't care. Pray in the middle of the living room, in the bathroom. I don't care where you pray. You know what I'm saying? But you get the concept. Go pray. Like, you have to get to a point where you know who you are. Because like I always say in my other videos, people come and they go. And that's just life. Some people are meant to be in your life for the rest of your life. You'll find a good friend, and that friend will be a sister. Okay? You will leave a toxic relationship and run into someone else, man or woman, and that person can be your husband, your best friend, your wife, you know, your family, anything. But you cannot receive those things if you are afraid to let go of these people that don't mean you any good anyway. And they don't care about nothing you have going on anyway until it's negative, until you have a problem, until you know, then they open ear and they want to listen and they want to, you know, talk about it. But if you say anything positive about yourself, if you do anything positive for yourself, it's not the same. So recognize these people, understand that letting go of someone that you love or you have had years of life experiences with these people are going to be uncomfortable. I'm going to constantly say that it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be hurtful. You're going to cry. You're going to have sad days. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. It's true. And that's the hardest part. And that's why so many people stay where they are and stay with people that they are with because they don't want the challenge of going through these things. They will rather be with someone unhappy and miserable rather than saying this is not for me and doing the work to on themselves and building a relationship with God so that they can find the right person, the right friendship, the right relationship, the right anything, you know? So just think about that. Think about how you celebrate certain people and you're never being celebrated. Think about how you're there for certain people and they're never there for you. And it's up to you to make a decision. Am I going to continue with this one-sided relationship or am I going to say I deserve more? There are better good people out there who see my worth. Um, just because they don't see my worth does not mean I'm not worthy, okay? Because you are, and you know that it's just not meant for them to be in your life at this moment. Now, people change all the time. Be careful with that as well because people will act like they're gonna change or they have changed and they haven't did the work. They just got smarter. They got more manipulative, and they're coming back to do more damage. So that's why I always say go into prayer, ask God, build a prayer life because He will show you who is there for you and who is not there for you. He will show you what these people mean in your life and who what they are not in your life. But you have to be honest. You have to listen to what he's telling you. Remove your feelings out of it and ask yourself, is this situation good for me? And not just people, it could be a job, it could be anything that you have to deal with in a moment. You have to make the correct decisions with your life. And a lot of times when you do that, people not gonna understand the decision that you made, but it's none of their business anyway. Because at this grown age, you know to make your own decisions. You don't have to go to anyone and ask them anything about your life, rather unless they are a mentor or someone who you really trust with your life. So, you know, just think about that and just keep going. And remember, if they don't see your worth, it's okay. It's not that you worthless. They don't see it. And a lot of times they do see it, but they pretend that they don't see it because they're jealous and they envy of the light that shines through you, the work that you have been doing. They know that something has changed in you. They know that you're not doing the same thing, and they know that you are not the same person that you once were, and they hate that for you. But you gotta love it for yourself, okay? Love it for yourself. Keep moving forward. And just pray. God will it will work out. I promise you. It will work out, friend. I promise you. And it may seem like the walls are closing in on you. It may seem like, you know, you will never get out of this season in your life. But you're coming out and you're coming out stronger. You're coming out better. You coming out. You may have a bruises, war wounds, but you are not afraid to allow them to people to see them because you're not afraid of your testimony, and you're going to keep moving forward, and you're going to bring those people, you're going to help a group of people that may have been in your shoes, and they're going to help people, and you're just going to do something so phenomenal. So keep going. Don't be afraid to let people go. And the thing about it, when you begin to love yourself, and then I'm going to go, but when you begin to love yourself how you supposed to, when you recognize your worth, when you recognize that whose you are and the most high God that you serve, you're not going to let people play with you. You're not gonna you're not even gonna give people the time, the day, or space. People will be like, dang, you so quick to cut me out. And yes, because now you know your worth. You have been you have been nice to people, putting people before you, dealing with ungrateful people all your life. And you finally said enough is enough. I'm not doing this anymore. It has to be a two-way street. I'm not going to constantly over give and over love and over compensate. It's a relationship, and a relationship works two ways, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, business, whatever it is. You can't be in a ring fighting with yourself. Who you fighting? Yourself. So why would you want to fight yourself? You get rid of people that don't appreciate you, who don't see your worth, and that don't make them bad. It's just not your. They just not for you. And you gotta say okay before you get into feelings. Before you begin, you know what I mean. Cut it off. If it don't work out, it's fine. Have that conversation. If that conversation and actions don't come behind it, it's okay. You just have to remove yourself, because now you love yourself and you know that you are worthy of the proper love, not toxic love. You are worthy of a conversation, not always arguing and yelling. You are worthy to be loved properly. Property. You're nobody's property. But properly. And you standing on business. And whoever don't come correct, then you out. So with that being said, I love you guys, and I'll see you next video.